FUNCLE's Customs, where I find all kinds of cars in different places. I usually fix them and flip them, but sometimes I keep them. This is My Garage Revivals.
With our BMW E36 sent to auction, we have one more project vehicle to finalize, Cyclone's Dodge Challenger. Hello everybody, and welcome back to the final episode of My Garage Revivals Season 1. So yes, that is correct. This will be the end of Season 1, which means we will pick this series up a little bit later down the line. I'm not exactly sure how long it's going to be before we return to this series, but we are going to try and end this one on a very happy note. So yeah, we will be grabbing our suitcase because we have got a couple of things that we're going to do in this episode before we embark on our vacation. Because the story is I actually won a vacation, all expenses paid trip. So yeah, I'm going to be traveling a bit, and yeah, for the meantime, while I'm away, my shop will be handled by Hugo, my friend, as you all know him. And yes, basically what's going to happen is I'm going to finalize Cyclone's car today. Alright, so yeah, as you can see, we also have got all the trim on the table now. So in the last episode, we picked all of these things up. And I also got some window tint, because we are going to be tinting all the windows on the car as well. So we've got two brand new windows over there with brand new window winders, and obviously the wheels that I picked for this car. So we've got wide ones for the rear, and we've got the narrower ones for the front. So they are the same width, it's just the offset of the wheel that is going to be a little bit different. And then obviously later on, when we are done with Cyclone's car, we are going to be clearing up the little delivery area over here. So I moved everything over here, which we are going to be loading and taking it over to the barn, because the barn is also going to be given to Scotia, another good friend of mine. So he's also got a series running at the moment, and he's always looking for parts. So I decided to just donate the rest of those parts to him. And he also offered me a trade deal for another project car on our shop truck over there. So that is also going to go over to Scotia's series called My Garage Restorations. So you should be seeing that truck in his series very soon. So as for the ramp truck, the car trailer outside, and the box trailer, that'll basically stay here at the shop for Hugo to come and use when he comes and continues business for us. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to jump into our ramp truck. We're going to head over to Richard's Auto Body. I'm going to pick up Cyclone's car and bring it back to the shop. So let's start this day off with a bang. I think it's already past 8, so the service center should be open, where we will pick up our project vehicle, or Cyclone's project vehicle. Right, so let's get this thing fired up. Let's just wait for those glow plugs. And there we go. All right. Alright, so here we are at Richard's Auto Body, and there is Cyclone's car. Let's just quickly get our ramps lowered down over here. Alright, perfect. So they have completed the paint job, and as you can see, we went with the black bumper at the front, the black hood again. We've got the little roof rack on the roof as well as the black spoiler, and also the black bumper at the back. So we are going to be installing the last few touches to this thing, and this thing turned out very nice. So I think Cyclone's going to be very happy that his car is back into shape. So obviously we've got to install the interior and also the window winders. That'll just complete this thing. So let's just get it fired up, and we're going to drive it up onto our ramp truck, and we'll take it back to the shop and get this thing sorted out. Alright, so Cyclone's car is safely loaded onto the ramp truck over here, and yeah, didn't do too bad a job at parking it on there. Alright, so let's jump in and get this thing back to the shop so that we can go and finalize this car. Alright, here we go. We are off. Alright, so here we are at the shop, ready to offload this car, and I believe we should clear the roof there, no, or the door rather. Alright, so let me just try and hop up over here. Let's get in the driver's seat. Let's get it fired up, and now we just need to take care, reverse it off nice and slowly. Alright, there we go. And we are off. Alright, perfect. So we can actually just pull it in over there. I don't think I'm going to pull it on the lift just to swap out the wheels, because we're not going to be doing anything else to the suspension. It's just basically the wheels we need to change out. So we're just going to park it over here, and we'll use the floor jack for that. So let me just get the ramp truck in its spot again, so that it's going to be ready when Hugo comes over. Then he can start using it again. Alright, and here we are ready to start working on this thing. So let's maybe start with the trim pieces on the table here, because they just snap into place. We don't need any tools for these. So we'll do the two front trim pieces. They go on like that. And I believe these are the rear ones. We'll grab these two for the front. So this one goes at the front left. The other one over here is for the front right. That pops into place over there. And then we'll grab the long one over here. This is for the front on the hood. Right, so that completes the front end of the car at least. So now we'll start around the back. So this one goes at the rear right. That goes over there. And let's do the opposite side one as well. It goes over there. And let's grab the one that goes on the trunk. Alright, so there we go. That's the trunk trim also installed. And it's already starting to look a little bit better. Let's just quickly grab these other two. This one is for the rear left. That should pop on here. Obviously, we still need to remove the old one from there. So I see there's a couple of things in the trunk as well. Let's just grab our pry tool for that one. Alright, so there it is. That's the old busted piece of trim. So let's just come over here. We're just going to throw it in the dustbin like that. Alright, let's quickly grab this one while we've got our pry tool over here, in case there's another piece of trim on here, which there isn't, so it's good. And we'll just pop this one into place as well. And that is the trim sorted on this car. So now we just need to quickly install the fuel door at the back, which we are missing. And that looks a little bit better. The old one was a little bit bent. So let's just screw down those two screws. And there we go. And we'll also just probably chuck this. I know this might still be working, so we can actually take this with us when we go to the barn and offload all the parts. But as for this fuel door, I'm just going to chuck this as well. No use in keeping that around. Alright, so moving on. What I'm going to do next is the interior parts. So we've got the two window winders with the brand new glass for the front doors. So we're going to install these two. Just like that. 2 bolts on that. And then we'll do the same on the opposite side for the driver's side. We'll grab our new window winder and glass. We'll bring it over here. Let's just get the door open first of all. And just be sure to secure that into place. Alright, and then next up we're going to do the rest of the interior. But before we do, let's quickly do the window tinting now, because all the windows are installed. So we're going to be doing these two windows, the rear window and also these two windows. And our tint roll is now empty. So we'll not tint the windshield, because obviously that's going to restrict your vision if you tinted the front windows as well. So yeah, that's why I never really like tinting the driver side, well, obviously the front window on a car. So there we go, that is just about it. So next up, we've got our headliner we need to install. So let me quickly see where I put it. I don't think I actually ordered the headliner. That's a bit of a problem. So it looks like we're going to have to go and pick up a headliner from the parts store quickly. So yeah, that's just a little bit of poor planning from my side. So I'm just going to jump in the shop truck. We're going to go and get a brand new headliner for this thing. I believe we should have a rear view mirror. No, we do not. So let me just grab one of those as well. So let's jump into our shop truck. We just got our suitcase at the back, but I'm sure it'll be fine. We're just going, yeah, just over there, so it's not too far. Right, so there we go. We've got the brand new headliner for the car, and we also have got a new rear view mirror and the 2 sun visors. So we are ready to head back to the shop and get this thing sorted out. Alright, so we are back here, and I think let's quickly assemble the headliner. So we'll put these parts on the table quickly, and let's go and grab the new headliner. And yes, I decided to just park the truck over here because we're going to be using it a little bit later. So we'll just leave it there for now. Alright, and let's grab our screwdriver and get these sun visors mounted. This is the passenger side. Alright, let's just make sure that goes on into place. And we'll screw that down. And just would like to get it flapped down. Here we go. Alright, and let's do the other side as well. The driver side. There we go. Alright, that is also into place. Let's just screw it down as well. And we'll flap it down. And we'll grab our headliner. And let's get this installed just like that. We'll grab our rear view mirror over here. This is going to secure it into place. Just like that. And perfect. So we've got our interior starting to take shape already. So what I quickly want to do is we've got 3 light bulbs missing on the one tail light. Obviously on that side. So we're just going to quickly pop 3 headlight, well, light bulbs in, not headlight bulbs. These are normal light bulbs. So let's just do these quickly. That's 1 and 2 and the third one over there. And I believe all of the lights should work on this car now. We've got our headlights, brand new bulbs in those as well. We've got our taillights working, so that looks good. And let's quickly check our hazard lights. Yes, they do work, so that is good. Alright, perfect. And another thing we can check is the wipers. Those are working. Alright, let's just turn off the ignition. Alright, perfect. So we just basically have to do the wheels and the interior that we have left here. So we've got our new driver's seat, which we're going to put into place here. So let's quickly get the old one removed first of all. Alright, so we'll undo these. Right, so there's the old seat. And we'll install the brand new one. And before we put the passenger seat in, I'm just going to pop the rear seat in as well. It's going to be a little bit easier before we do that. Before we install the front seat, obviously. Right, so let's grab this one. Get it into position. Bolt it down there. And also over there. Right, now we can get our driver's seat into place as well. Passenger seat. But first, I think let's do the rear interior panels first of all. So we'll get that one into place. Looks like there's a little bit of damage here still to this panel. Alright, I didn't see that, and that was probably because we didn't have interior panels to start with. So we're going to have to see if we can make a plan with that quickly. Alright, so there was a little bit of a problem with these interior panels. As you guys know, they are currently not straight. So what I'm going to have to do is basically cut them off, and we're going to replace them. So we're just taking out the battery once again. So let's grab our... Yeah, I think the angle grinder should be the better tool for this job. So let's see if we can quickly get these panels cut off. As we are going to have to replace them in order to get the right fitment on our interior panels. So I believe if we cut all of these, those panels should be able to come out. Alright, I don't think they are attached. Yeah, they are attached to there probably. Right, so there's our first one, the rear right panel. So that one we're going to replace with a brand new one, which I went to get at the parts store. So we'll just put these into place then. But we'll have to transfer our rear window over to this. So let me quickly grab the wrench again and just see how it's going to sit on this panel. We'll unbolt it there quickly. Right, and let's get it onto the new one. And that already looks a little bit better. I should have known when we had these panels, or installed these windows, that there was something wrong with that. Right, let's go and get that welded back into place. Alright, so we're going to start over here. All the welds we can see. And we'll quickly check here in the wheel arch. We've got a couple of welds to do here still. Right, there's another one over there. That might have actually been a weld that we were missing. There's a weld over there. Right, I don't see any other welds. Oh, would you look at that? So we've got some welds missing over here as well. Alright, good thing that we are doing this now. Alright, I just want to make sure we've got all the welds on this. I think we've got them all. They are basically welded. Right, so now the moment of truth. Is our panel going to fit properly now on the inside? So let's grab this. And would you look at that? That is as clear as daylight. It fits much better. Right, on this side, you can clearly see we've got this similar issue. So we will have to replace that panel too. Alright, I think let's just put it over there for now. So that's our busted panel. So we're just gonna chuck this. Right, we'll grab the new one over here. And then we obviously have to cut the old one off again. So let me grab my grinder over here. Let's come around this side and we'll just repeat the process. Right, and let me just see if I can get to that weld over there. There's also one here, and I don't think that one is holding it. We'll see in a moment. Alright, so that weld over there could be holding it. Or it could be this one. Yeah, I think that's the one. Alright, so there we go. That's our bent panel. And we'll just take this straight to the trash. And we will get rid of this. Alright, now it's time for our new panel to go into place. Perfect, that looks much better. And let's get our welding machine. There we go. Alright, and let me just weld this into place again. Alright, let's come around this side. And be sure to get this welded up as well. And that should be everything. I don't think there's any more problems on this. Right, so now, moment of truth. When we mount our other panel, is it going to fit? Let's just get our rear window installed again. Alright, so there we go. That's our rear window. Let's bolt it down again. We'll grab our interior panel. Let's get that into place. Just bolt it down there. That looks much better. Right now it's just these door panels. And there we go. Let's just bolt them down. Let's grab this one as well. And we still need to do the gear stick. I haven't forgotten about that. So let's grab our gear stick next. Alright, so there we go. Come to think of it, I can actually start putting the parts in the back of the truck, because we need to take these things over to the barn shortly. And we're losing a bit of pressure in this tire, so have to air that up a little bit. Alright, let's grab this gear stick. And bolt it down. And now we can install our passenger seat, which I probably put somewhere. I don't know where did it go to. Oh, there it is. All right, let's grab it. It sort of blends in with the floor, these white seats. All right, and there's the second bolt there, the third one, and the fourth one. All right, I think that is the interior done. Now we can probably get our battery installed again. So let's get this into position. And I'll just get it connected up. Perfect. Alright, so last but not least, we just need to get our tools out from under the car as well. But yes, as I said, last but not least is the wheels. So let's grab our floor jack here. Gonna just lift the car up one side at a time and do the two wheels, front and rear, and we'll go around to the other side. Alright, so let's get these wheels off. Alright, so there's one. We'll just put them in the back of the truck, because I'm going to be loading all the other wheels as well. Alright, so let's also get this on the truck. Alright, now we need to grab our wheel for the front. So these are the front wheels. Going to just bolt these down. And let's grab one for the rear. We've got the one of the wide ones for the back. And just like that. I think it looks pretty good. Alright, let's go down. Alright, so there's already pressure in these tires, so they have been aired up already. So it saves us a little bit of time. Alright, over on this side, we'll get it lifted up. Alright, and let's bring the wheel closer for the rear. We'll bring the one closer for the front as well. Alright, and let's get these wheels removed. Alright, so we're going to put this in the back of the truck. Let's get our last wheel on for the front. And we'll change the last one for the rear as well. Just like that. Just be sure to bolt it down all the way. Perfect. And then this one can also go on the truck. Yeah, I might have to rearrange these things a little bit, so I could probably put my suitcase in the front. Alright, so now that we are done with Cyclone's car, we just need to lower it down, and yeah, I'm just going to drive this across the street and leave it in front of his garage for him, because he'll probably send the money over to my bank account once he picks it up or notices it's parked there. Alright, and just going to put our floor jack back into place. We're going to try and leave the place nice and neat for Hugo when he comes over. So we'll also put the welder back into place. And I will leave the toolbox on the table. And we'll get the light bulbs on our little shoe shelf over here. Just like that. That is perfect. And then yeah, I think the only thing that I need to do is basically deliver Hugo's car to, well, not Hugo's car, Cyclone's car to him. So let's quickly go and do that. Am I going to be able to pass here with the truck? No, I'll have to move the truck first. I'll actually bring the truck a bit closer to the tire rack over there. Alright, I think that should do the trick. So now we've got a little bit more space to work here, and we are not too far from the tire rack, so we'll start loading all of these things in a bit. So yeah, we're gonna see how we're gonna do this. We're gonna try and maximize the space we have, because I want to see if I can do everything in one trip. There's not a lot of stuff in here. Longer pieces like the exhausts will probably also have to go on the back of the truck. But yes, let's jump into Cyclone's car, because this thing has been completed now, and we just have to go and deliver it quick. Alright, I don't think I'm going to bother closing the door for these couple of seconds we're going to be out of the shop. Alright, here we are at Cyclone's house. We're just going to park it in front of the middle garage. I think he's got the ladder wagon is probably in the one, and his El Camino is probably in the other garage. Alright, so there we go. That should do. Alright, well, this thing turned out very nice. I don't think there's anything I would have done differently now that I look at it. So yeah, I think Cyclone should probably just get some license plates on this thing to have it drive on the road again legally. But yes, this definitely suits the car, with the little bit of chrome touches now that we've got to the wheels, and also the trim pieces, the door mirrors, the window trim, those are all chrome. But there's a lot of black, and also this beautiful cyan color that the car came in. So this is in fact the original factory color, and we just decided to keep with that. I don't think there's a reason for us to change it, because it's a very nice color. So Cyclone just needs to get his stickers applied to this car again, and then he should be ready to rock and roll again. Alright, so let me walk back to the shop, and we are going to start clearing out the delivery room, and also, yeah, finalizing things for Hugo so that he can move into the shop and start doing a little bit more work for our business over here. Alright, so as I said, we are going to try and load all of these parts in one trip. I don't know how I'm going to do this exactly yet, so going to have to probably play a little bit of Tetris, as they would say, to get everything to fit. And I might actually move some of the parts over to the trailer. So we'll probably go with the trailer for the interior bits and stuff we have laying around. And we'll try and get all of the wheels and tires on the back of the truck, maybe. I think that's going to be the plan over here. So we should be able to get them double stacked like this. So it's a little bit of a tricky situation, but we're going to try and figure this out. Alright, and let's grab some more wheels over here on the tire rack. Alright, so we can also double stack these. Might even go triple stack them if we have to, if we are running out of space. Alright, so obviously they're going to be bouncing around a bit as we are trying to load them, so yeah, we don't really have to load this perfectly, but I think it's just going to look a little bit better, or stay on the truck a bit better if we can. Alright, so these wheels were actually the ones from TC's truck, so we're just going to send these along to Scotia, because we bought some brand new wheels for TC's truck, and I didn't hear back from him yet if he's very happy with the truck, if the truck is doing its job. But I think that truck turned out very nice, actually, with its two-tone paint job, black and green, forest green, that we did on that one. Now it actually starts, yeah, developing some memories of the vehicles we have built in this series so far. We've done quite a lot of vehicles. I think our first project vehicle in this series was a Mercedes wagon, which has been sold at auction to a guy named Lacko. And just the other day in my Discord server, I saw that he still has the car, and he had a little bit of an accident. He repaired it himself, and he did a good job. So that car was fixed up again, at least. Right, and I believe we should be able to get all these wheels on. I might have just stack these on top over there. And these are the small ones. Right, so coming back to our project vehicles, we have featured in the series. The first customer vehicle was also Hugo's Challenger, similar to the one we are ending the series with for Cyclones. So Hugo has still got his car. It's still over at his house. It's parked there. He will basically use that as well. And he also has got his El Camino, which we didn't do anything to. So that's probably the vehicles that he's going to be using in the series to come to the shop and start working. But we'll see what vehicles he rocks up here in his series, because I think he's also going to be making videos on it. So if you haven't checked out Hugo yet, there is a link to his channel in the description, so go and check him out. Alright, and we have loaded all of the wheels and tires. So now it's just a couple of rims laying around here. So these ones, I'm sure Scotcher will find a use for them. If he doesn't find a use for them, he'll probably either sell them or he can get rid of them. But yes, we have acquired quite a lot of things over the time of this series. Come to think of it, we only started out by renting a vehicle, a Mercedes, when we got into town first of all. And we started at that little shop by the gas station, which was actually our accommodation as well. And maybe by the time we return to this series for the second season, we'll be able to afford the house that we saw up in the street there. Might actually, yeah, save up a little bit more money wherever I go on my journey and see if we can get that house bought. Alright, I think that is all of the wheels and tires loaded, so this is nice and empty. We're going to leave these parts for the trailer, which I'm going to be pulling around to the delivery area. We're going to see what else we can fit in the truck. Maybe we can fit a couple of things in the truck still. So these can just go in the trailer for now. And let me pull this thing around. Yeah, we'll get the truck pulled around once we got the trailer over there, so we can get it hooked up to the truck. Alright, just need to make sure to go low over here, otherwise it's going to catch the roof or the door. Just like that. Alright, let's pull this thing. Alright, so yeah, I'm trying to remember now all of the project vehicles we were doing. So the second project vehicle we had for ourselves was the 3rd gen Pontiac Firebird, the purple one. That was also sold at auction. I can't really remember who bought all of the cars we were working on. And I probably won't remember all of the cars that I had. So there was quite a few of them. So I do want to ask, if you haven't watched the previous episodes, do go back on the playlist of My Garage Revivals Season 1. And you'll be able to see all of the projects we worked on and the vehicles that we have done work to for customers. So that is actually a very good point. I should actually myself go and have a look at those videos, just to remind myself of everything that I've done so far. Right, so let's get our truck pulled around as well. Yeah, everything seems to be staying put at the back there. And I forgot to air up the tire. I might actually just do it with the hand pump. Or can probably bring the air compressor out here. That should also not be a problem. Alright, so there we go. Let's quickly get this trailer hooked up. Just like that. And yes, before I forget, let's just grab our air compressor over here quickly. Just gonna go and pump that wheel. So it's definitely losing air. Very slowly, it's got a slow puncher. Alright, so I pumped it up to around about 2.5 bar. Didn't even set the compressor, but I think it should hold for a while. So if Scotcher takes the truck, he could probably replace the tires or the wheels in general. We'll see. Alright, so we're going to start loading the parts we have in our little delivery area over here. Alright, so let's just pop the seat in from Cyclone's Challenger. That is still usable. And I must be sure not to push it too far forward. Alright, and this one can also go. This was the seat we used in vehicles that were, yeah, well, seatless. Didn't have any seats. Alright, and we'll see if we can squeeze this one in next to it. Just like that. Alright, and let's grab the exhaust. We'll probably have to put this on the truck at an angle like this. We'll see if it stays here. I'm sure it will be, yeah, maybe not, I don't know. It should be fine. Yeah, it's kind of laying on top of the real rims, but that's fine. This exhaust probably also has to go on there. And we are really going to be overloading this poor pickup truck now. But luckily now we've got the diesel engine with a little bit more torque. So it should have a little bit more power than it had with the petrol inline 6. Right, so we've got some suspension parts over here from different vehicles. Some interior parts. So there's all sorts of parts here. So I'm sure Scotia will appreciate this. Because I don't think Hugo is really a guy who likes using a lot of used parts. I think we could probably pop these in our backpack. Some of these brake pads don't go in the backpack, but that's fine. We'll probably just move them over. So let me grab these one by one. And yeah, let me just do this quick. I don't want to let you guys watch me carry brake pads one by one. Alright, so that shelf is nearly empty. We've got a couple of leaf springs at the top here, which is still usable. So I think we'll just take these as well for Scotia. He will probably find a use for them. But I think he also works on a lot of trucks. So those should help him out a bit and save him a little bit of money. We also have got the steering column, which is still usable. For some reason I cannot pick up that hub, so that'll just stay around there. And then we will grab this front axle for the B200 as well, or a F250 that we've got. And that actually is the last part on this shelf. I don't think there's anything up there. Alright, so that is empty. Right, some more small parts are waiting for us on the shelf. I should be able to get some of these in the backpack. So let's see what we can achieve over here. These are actually empty boxes. Why do I still have these empty boxes laying around? Let's just go and chuck these. There we go. Let's just chuck that as well. Alright. Alright, let's see what else I can fit in this backpack. Alright, so that is our backpack full. So let's quickly just throw these things in the trailer. This is going to be quite a bit of a mess to unload, but yeah, I might know a way how to do this a little bit quicker. We'll just tip the trailer over and tip these parts down in the barn once we get there. Alright, so we've even got a drive shaft laying here for a Mercedes. So there's been quite a lot of parts going in and out of the shop. A lot of parts I have actually thrown away in the past. For example, spark plugs that are worn below 60% in my opinion. I would just chuck it eventually. So all of these parts I'm sending to Scotia are at least fairly decent. Alright, and down here we've got an air filter lid. Well, not the lid, the base. Couple of suspension parts for a Mercedes down here still. I think these were off a donor vehicle of some sort. Alright, and let's get everything out here. Even send him the window tint if it's possible. I don't really know. These hubs do not want to go in a backpack, so we'll just grab everything else we can. Alright, and we've got the handbrake lever over here. Can I put this in the backpack? No, we'll have to just grab it like that for now. And these things are starting to fall out. That's going to be a little bit of a problem. Alright, this is going terribly. It's going a little bit worse than I thought it would. Alright, let's see if we can get these parts out of the backpack quickly. We've got some brake pads falling out. Alright, perfect. And what's that dangling over there? Those are pedals. Okay, so they should be fine. And then we've got the wheel hub. And that is it. I think everything is in. So now, I think these boxes, we're just going to leave these over here for now. I don't think that is really a problem. I might actually have the guys come and pick up the arcade machine and vending machines, because we are paying for this. And I also got a nice offer on the jukebox, so that is also going to go out. So they are going to come and collect that probably before Hugo gets here. But I think everything else, our furniture in the little cabin over there, can stay there for us when we return in the next series. But I think now that is going to be a wrap for this episode and also for season 1. So thank you very much for watching this whole series. I appreciate all the views, all the likes. And also remember, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. I will appreciate it very much. But yes, until season 2, cheerio!